Well, welcome everybody. We're thrilled that you're here for our year-end concert. It's been an honor and a pleasure for all of us to work with such fine young musicians. I'd like to start by just having us give a big round of applause to McNally Smith, College of Music. They've been nice enough to provide this nice auditorium facility, all this equipment set up. Todd Smith in the back there helping with the sound. No charge to us, just as a way of supporting young musicians in the Twin Cities. So McNally's got a lot of great programs, including some good summer camps, summer jazz camps for all ages. You might want to check those out. We have, you've probably seen them, CDs out in the back. We're also doing a John Ahern and Todd Matheson and his group from Blue Heron are recording a DVD live of this performance, which is available to order. They always do a fantastic job. They've been working with us for a number of years. I think without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my friend and colleague, Phil. It's been a great honor and privilege working with Phil. He's a fantastic educator, as I'm sure you all know. So without further ado, Phil Holm.
drums, Jack Strand. Let's hear it for Jack. On tenor saxophone, Kevin O'Brien. And on trumpet, Leighton Tiny, and it's his birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Come on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Leighton. Happy birthday to you. How about that? On the trumpet, Jonah Banston, Nick Cunny, Harrison Ford, Jake Norton. Who else was on this one? Oscar Meyer. How about that? Amanda! Welcome, Amanda! How can I forget you, Anya? Back and I just popped myself in the face. So it's been really fun to work with this group. And Anya over here is the only girl in the group. And isn't that amazing? And she got to endure all kinds of craziness all year long. And as you can see by that big happy smile and those shining eyes, what a great kid to have in the band. And we love having you, kiddo. And I didn't mean to forget you on purpose. And Brian loves you. You know. This has been a real special year. I don't know. I've been very fortunate to do Minnesota Youth Jazz Bands with David. Is this 13 now, or is this 12? He doesn't know. See, isn't jazz great? Whatever. 13, 12, 75, it's all the same. But what a joy it is when David asked me to join, and we had one band, and we had two, and now we have 8. And it's exciting that these kids are participating. Thank you to bring them, but it's a real joy to work with them. So I think they got their job done. We're going to do this tune that I really, really dig. And it's called Harlem Nocturne. And you may have heard a different... Brian is the bane of my existence. But I still love him. Harlem Nocturne, and it's going to feature our good friend David on the alto sax. It's a gorgeous arrangement. It's different than what you've heard before. I hope you dig it as much as we did playing it. on the sax, Noah on the piano, Andrew on the guitar. I don't know, you might have heard the song that was in that song. Did anyone hear that song that was in there? It was hidden in there. It was kind of cool. I think it's cool. I know you're mesmerized by your beautiful singing voice, as people often are. All right, we're moving on to the next song. Oh yeah, this is a great tune. That's a tune that's in 3/4. We're actually going to do it in 4/4 as a sub-line. So there's a tune called Musette.